In this video, I'll be showing you how to use MS Word to write letter and how to use some formatting in it. So I'm going to head over to my bar here to search for the Microsoft Word application. So this is it here, Microsoft Word. This is Word 2013. So I'm going to open it. I'll click on the blank document. So before I start doing anything, I want to go to the page layout to set out the page. So the page layout will determine how the page will be. It's either I want it to be in portrait or landscape. It's in landscape like this, so I can convert it back to portrait to make it straight. So now it's in portrait. Let me enlarge it back so you can see what we are doing better. So that is it about setting out the page. And I'm going to choose the size of paper I want. Normally it's A4 for standard writing of letter. So I'm going to choose A4. So now I can start writing the letter. So I'm going to head back to home. So I'm going to press my cap lock, or let me just write it. So I'm going to Control A on this. Once I press Control A, it will highlight everything. I'm going to press Control E and Shift. I hold down the Shift key on the keyboard and press F3 also on the keyboard to change the um the letter to capital letters. So now it's in capital letters, and I can bold it also here. So I've bold it, and I can increase the size also a bit. Let me say I want to increase the size of this to 18. So I'll click on enter and move and press Ctrl E to move my cursor to the left hand side. And also I'm going to change this font to 12 because I won't want to continue using these big fonts. So I'm going to change it to 12. So now I'm going to write the sender address. Just highlight this only. I will highlight this. I will highlight this, and I will remove a bit of space from it because there is too much space. Let me see, remove this space. Yeah, remove space after paragraph. So, and I'm going to highlight it to the right hand side of the screen. I'll do that by pressing here. So now this is the sender's address on the right hand side of the screen. I'm going to click on enter and move the cursor back to the left hand side of the screen by pressing Ctrl E. So now I want to write the receiver's address. Now the next thing to write is that if the person is a male, we are going to say dear sir. If it's a female, we are going to say dear madam or dear ma. But if you don't know the gender of the person, we can just say dear sir slash madam. So that this is if you don't know the gender of the person. But if you know the gender of the person, you can use dear sir or dear ma if you know the gender. So after this, we are going to write comma and move on to the next step. The next step now is to write the heading of the letter. Once I've written this, you can see that they are all in, almost all of them is in small letters. So I'm going to highlight them, and I'm going to change them to a big letters by pressing on Shift and F3, just as I said earlier. And I'm going to move it to the center of the page. So by pressing Ctrl E or by pressing this, so it moves to the center of the page. And I noticed that almost all of them is in bold, so I'm going to click on this and remove this bold effect because they are not supposed to be in bold. It's just the header and some of part of the letters can be in bold format. So now that I've written the header of the letter, I'll move to the body of the letter. And by moving to the body of the letter, I'm going to write the introduction first. So this is the first page, the first paragraph in the letter. This is the first paragraph in the letter. So moving on to the next paragraph, I can just leave a line because I won't want to start writing another paragraph just like this without leaving a line to show that I'm writing the letter paragraph by paragraph. So now let's say I want to write the objective of the campaign, the reason why I want you to come to the campaign. So I'll make sure this one is in bold format. I'll press Ctrl B on the keyboard, highlight it, I'll bold it, and I'll make it capital letter by pressing Shift F3. So once I'm done with that, I'll click on enter. So now I want to the list of the objective. I'm going to bullet it. I'm going to write it in form of bullet format. I may use 1, 2, 3, but I don't want to use that one because I want it to be more formal. I'm going to use bulletin. And to start using bulletin, you come to this place. We have some various type of bulletin here. We have the circle, transparent circle, the square, the star, this one, and this mark. So I'm going to use this, or let me use this mark one. So to start the bulletin, and I can adjust the position of that bulletin by clicking and dragging on this. Let me go back there. Clicking and dragging on this effect here. So our first, let me give a space here, or doesn't it? Our first objective is to. I'm already done with writing the objective, but once I click on enter, it's still bringing out the bulletin. To remove that, I'm going to click on the space bar on the keyboard. So once I click on the space bar on the keyboard, I'll click on it twice or 3 times to move back to our initial position, normal position, to start writing. Then I'll click on enter to give a space. Now move on to the next one. The next thing to write is the key details. Key details. Key details. So I'm going to make this bold also. So I may not want to highlight using my mouse. I can click on the Shift F3 and the left arrow key to highlight it. So I'll click on my Shift F3 again to make it capital letters. So that's our next thing to do. And these key details, so I want to put it in a table. So to put it in a table, I'm going to come over to this inserts. In this insert, we have a lot of options. You may want to input picture from the system, but here we are creating a table. So this table is going to is going to contain about 3 columns and 3 rows. So 3 columns, 3 rows. So that's it. I'm going to highlight three columns only. I can continue pressing enter to create 3 rows only. I can continue pressing enter to create columns. So now our first thing here is what? Activities. Or let's just say activity. I'll click on tab on the keyboard to move to the next space in the row. To move to the next column in the row. So the next column say date, and I'm going to click on that tab again on the keyboard to move to the next column, and that says location. So after this, I'm going to click on the tab again to create another row for me automatically. So you can see that once as immediately I click on the tab again, it creates another row. So I'm going to align this to make it be in the middle, and to make that be in the middle, I'm going to come to home and click on the centralized effect. So now they are in the middle, and I can also change the letter to capital letter, but I'm going to leave it like this. Now let's start writing the activities. Opening, first one is opening prayer, so I'm going to remove this bold effect. Opening, this is how to create table and format it stays in it. I can choose to highlight everything here now and centralize it, or leave it the way it is, or I should do some kind of, or make it bold, or make it in italic form, but I'm going to leave it the way it is before. So I'm not making it in italic form, or I can just make this, I can make this to be in italic form. So that's that. So now moving on to the next thing is to, let's say we want to create, okay, what we expect from participants. That's, we are writing this to the person that they invite. So I'm going to highlight this and bold it, Control B, and I'll press Shift F3 to make all capital letter. So now moving on to the next line. This one I decide to use numbering. So I'm just going to click on 1 and press enter, or instead of doing that, I can come here to this position here and I can click on this. I can decide to use this type of numbering. I can decide to use this. I can decide to use the Roman numeral. I may decide to use this one, but I'm going to use this. I'll click on this. So now that I've clicked on that, I'll start listing them out, things that participants are expected to come with. I'm done writing it, but when I click enter, it brings out files. I'm going to click 3 times on the backspace on the keyboard. 1, 2, 3. So then I'll press enter to leave a line. Then the conclusion. This space is for signature, so I'll create a line. We have moved to the we have moved to the second page like this, but I'm going to continue what I'm doing. I'll set it later for it to be in only one page. But you can, if the letter is very long, you can make it accumulate into 2 pages or more than that. But I want to make it into one page because I'm writing just a brief letter. So I click on the way I created this is I click on the shift button, I hold it down, then I press the minus key on the keyboard to draw out this line, and this line is for the person that has the letter to sign. So I'll click on enter. Once I click on enter, the line is going to expand, so I just click on backspace again. So once I click on backspace, it's going to return to normal. Then I can write any other thing that I want to write. I can write the name of the person that's writing the letter, Miss Ifeoma Okonkwo. So this is the name of the person writing the letter. Who is he? He's a director. Who is she? She's a director. Let me say program director at Green Earth Initiative. So this is the end of the letter. So I press Ctrl S on the keyboard to save it. So now once I press Ctrl S, instead of, I may decide to come to file and save, and I may decide to press Ctrl S on the keyboard. So I'm going to save it, and I'm going to choose computer. Like I said earlier before, I'm going to save it on desktop for easy location so that I can find it easily. So I'm just going to leave it like the sample letter with full MS Word formatting. So I'm going to choose desktop and I'll press save. So that's save on the desktop like that. So I want to make this um one that is below down here to come here, and to do that I'll click on this page and I'll drag this down a bit. I'll drag it down a bit, this place here. So you can see that as I'm dragging it down, it is closing the one, it is bringing the one that is at the bottom, second page up. So I may decide to remove the space here to a bit. I'll come here and drag it up. That's dragging it up. I click twice on it and drag. The first time I'll click on it twice, but I won't release my hand. On the second time, then I'll drag it up. So just like this, then I'll drag it up, I'll drag it down. So I'll drag it to this point here. I think it's okay like that. So this is our letter. So I'm done writing the letter like this. So you know that I said there are some parts that will be in bold letter. So I'm just going to make this bold. I'll make this place bold. So that's it. And this is for the signature. This part is for the signature of the person that is writing the letter. So now we are having it in MS Word format. Let's say you want to send it out to your business partner or to some organization. You can't send it out in this MS Word format. You know that we already saved it to desktop. This is it here. You can't say you want to send this directly to your WhatsApp or to the person you want to send it to directly like this. You have to convert it. You have to convert it to PDF, and by converting to PDF, then after converting to PDF, you can send it out. So let me just press this export. Then you see create PDF XPS document. You click on that. Then create PDF XPS. Click on that. So once you click on that, it's going to bring this pop-up out automatically. Then I'll select desktop and I'll press publish. So once I click on publish, it will bring it out in form of PDF. So you can see it here. This is the PDF format. I'll double click on it to open it. So this PDF format is the one that you can send out or upload to your mails. Maybe you want to send it to mail or you want to send it to people on WhatsApp. So you can just go to your WhatsApp. You can go to your WhatsApp or say send to show more details. Send to, okay, when you want to send it out to your phone, you can send it to Bluetooth like that's how to create letter.